Imagine not knowing where your ancestors came from for 400 years, then discovering your roots through a simple DNA test. For millions in the African diaspora, this isn't imagination, it's reality. This is the story of a people finding their way home. The Lost Connection, 1619 to 1865. In 1619, the first enslaved Africans arrived in Virginia. Over the next 246 years until 1865, approximately 12.5 million Africans were forcibly taken from their homelands in the transatlantic slave trade. About 10.7 million survived the Middle Passage. Enslaved people were deliberately separated from family members and forbidden from practicing their cultures or speaking their languages. Birth records were destroyed or never created. By 1865, most African Americans had no idea which countries, ethnic groups, or villages their ancestors came from. The DNA Revolution, 2000 to 2024. In 2003, the Human Genome Project completed mapping human DNA. By 2007, companies like 23andMe and Ancestry DNA began offering consumer genetic testing. African Ancestry, founded in 2003 specifically for the diaspora, has traced over 500,000 people to specific African ethnic groups and countries. The technology compares DNA samples against databases of over 30,000 indigenous African samples from 400-plus ethnic groups across 40 countries. Studies show 65% of African Americans have ancestry from Nigeria, Ghana, or Cameroon, with Sierra Leone and Senegal also common. Emotional homecomings. In 2019, Ghana's Year of Return marked 400 years since 1619. Over 750,000 diaspora members visited, many after DNA testing revealed Ghanaian ancestry. Diaspora members who trace ancestry to specific ethnic groups, like the Igbo in Nigeria or Akan in Ghana, often visit ancestral villages. DNA has reunited cousins separated by 400 years. In 2020, genetic genealogist Kenyatta Berry helped connect African American families to living relatives in Sierra Leone's Mende people. Some nations now offer citizenship pathways. Ghana passed a law in 2019 allowing diaspora members to stay indefinitely. Cultural reclamation. DNA results have sparked cultural renaissance movements. People are learning ancestral languages. Yoruba classes in America have grown 300% since 2015. Traditional naming ceremonies reconnect people with heritage. The Gullah Geechee people of South Carolina, whose Sierra Leonean Mende heritage was confirmed through DNA studies in the 1990s, now preserve both cultures. DNA has also corrected historical injustices. In 2018, DNA testing identified Samuel Burris, a free black man imprisoned in 1847 for helping enslaved people escape, whose unmarked grave was finally properly honored. Healing generational trauma. Research from 2022 studies at Howard University shows that diaspora members who learn their specific African origins experience 40% reduction in identity-related stress. Knowing you're specifically Yoruba from Nigeria, or Fante from Ghana, or Temne from Sierra Leone provides concrete identity versus the blanket term African American. Genealogy helps process intergenerational trauma. The African Burial Ground in New York, discovered in 1991, used DNA and isotope analysis on 419 individuals from the 1600s, 1700s to determine their African origins, bringing closure to descendants. Closing DNA testing isn't just about finding where you're from, it's about reclaiming what was stolen, healing what was broken, and reconnecting families torn apart centuries ago. For the African diaspora, every DNA result is an answer to the question their ancestors couldn't answer. Where do I come from?